Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about social and religious reform movements in the 19th century. That is in our history, unit 5. Okay, you can see some of the pictures here. What are these pictures depict? The first one tells about Sati. The second picture is about female infanticide, and third picture is about child marriage. These social evils were practiced in our society long ago, we can say. With the effort of many reformers, now these evils are eradicated. So, we are going to study about those reformers and how did they take measures in order to eradicate all these social evils we are going to study in this lesson. As we had freedom fighters, we had some of the social reformers throughout our country. When we were ruled by the British, we had both positive and negative effects. They gave English education for Indians in order to work as clerk. But what did our people do? Our English educated middle class people were influenced by the Western ideas and thoughts. Christianity also had its effect on the newly emerging middle class. Very less number of the educated middle class began to take a lead in political as well as in reform movements. Our people were not ready to express their ideas. They wanted to just harmonize both Indian and Western cultures. What do you mean by harmonize? Yes, it's correct. Harmonize is to combine, okay, both Indian and Western cultures, we can say here. The reformers wanted to reduce the social evils, as we have seen in that picture: sati, female infanticide, child marriage, and various others like untouchability. Many other social evils were there. The reform movements were of two categories. One is reformists and the other one is revivalists. Reformist movements are the Brahma Samaj, the Pratana Samaj, and the Aligarh movement. Revivalist movements are Arya Samaj, the Ramakrishna Mission, and the Deoband movement. There were also attempts to challenge the oppressive social structure by Jyotiba Phule in Pune, Narayanaguru and Ayyankali in Kerala, and Ramalinga Adigal in Tamil Nadu. Two other important reformers of Tamil Nadu are Periyar EVR and Ayodhidasar. So, next, early reform movements in Bengal. We are going to study about Brahma Samaj, Raja Ram Mohan Rai and Brahma Samaj. Raja Ram Mohan Rai's period was 1772 to 1833. He was one of the early reformers influenced by the Western ideas to initiate reforms. He was a great scholar. He was well versed in many languages such as Sanskrit, Arabic, Persian, English, and his mother tongue Bengali. He opposed meaningless religious ceremonies. Ceremonies are nothing but the sadangugal and all forms of pernicious, that is, harmful social customs. What do you think about that sati? It is a harmful one. What is sati first of all? Sati means that is in the funeral pyre of husband, the wife was put alive. அதாவது ஹஸ்பண்ட் இறந்துட்டாங்கன்னா அவங்கள எரிக்கிறப்போ ஒய்ஃபை உயிரோட அதில் தூக்கி போட்டாங்க அந்த ஃபயரில். ஓகே, தட் இஸ் ஒன்லி சதி. ஸோ இட் வாஸ் எ பர்னிஷியஸ் social custom, we can say. According to him, there was only one God. Okay, according to Raja Ram Mohan Rai, there is only one God. We have to worship one God. There is one supreme power. And he was against idolatry. What is idolatry? That is, we used to praise statues, isn't it? Even in temples, we have that statues. He was against that. He argued that the ancient text of the Hindus preached monotheism or worship of one God. He petitioned the government to enact law against the evil customs like sati, child marriage, and polygamy. What is polygamy? That is பலதார மனம்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஒருத்தரே வந்து நிறைய பேரை மேரேஜ் பண்ணிக்கிறது. ஓகே. He advocated the rights of widows to remarry. He wanted polygamy to end. His ideas were fiercely resisted by Orthodox Hindus. Okay, Orthodox Hindus, they followed certain customs. He was against to that. So his ideas were fiercely resisted. Fiercely means கடுமையாக எதிர்த்தாங்க. யாரு? Orthodox Hindus. Okay. With the help of Lord William Bentinck, Sati was abolished in the year 1829. Raja Ram Mohan Rai condemned the subjugation of women. Subjugation means women were like slaves in those days. That was not liked by Raja Ram Mohan Rai, and also opposed the idea that women were inferior to men. He wanted the women to get education. Okay, women should also get education, he say. He gave full support to English language in schools and colleges. He founded the Brahma Samaj in the year 1828. On 20th August 1828, he opened a temple in Kolkata. In those days, it was called as Calcutta, without any image. Okay, because he was against that idolatry. So, without any image, he opened a temple in Calcutta. No religion should be treated as inferior. This Samaj did not attract the people from the lower sections of the society. Next, we are going to study about Maharishi Debendranath Tagore. This Maharishi Debendranath Tagore was the father of the great poet Rabindranath Tagore. Okay, his period was 1817 to 1905. After the death of Ram Mohan Rai, the work of Brahma Samaj was taken by Debendranath Tagore, father of the poet Rabindranath Tagore. He had some 4 articles of faith. Okay, he laid down some 4 articles of faith. What were they? The first one may be, in the beginning there was nothing. The only one supreme being was there. Who was that one supreme being who created the universe? Okay, there was only one supreme being existed who created the universe. Second one, he alone is the God of truth. How he was treated, that supreme being? He was the God of truth. He had lots of wisdom, infinite wisdom, goodness and power, external, omnipresent, that is at all places, everywhere, the one without second. Next, our salvation depends on belief in him. Okay, our salvation depends on what? When we believe in that supreme being, and we have to worship that supreme being alone. Okay, his worship in this world and the next. Last point or last faith may be, belief consists in loving him and doing his will. ஓகே, ஹிஸ் வில் மீன்ஸ் அவருடைய விருப்பப்படி, அந்த சுப்ரீம் பீயிங் விருப்பப்படி நம்ம நடந்துக்கணும். அவரை வந்து நம்ம லவ் பண்ணணும். ஓகே, வி ஹாவ் டு பி லவ்விங் and doing his will. Next one is Keshav Chandra Sen. He is also one of the reformer. His period was 1838 to 1884. When we talked about Devendranath, he gave some 4 articles of faith and he was considered as the moderate reformer. But his younger colleagues in the Sabha were for rapid changes. Okay, they were not very slow in their work. They wanted a lot of change. Sudden changes must be there, they expected. The greatest of these, Keshav Chandra Sen. He joined the movement. Which movement? Brahma Samaj in the year 1857. He was influenced by Christianity but not in its founder. Okay? He was influenced by the religion Christianity but not in its founder. In 1866, there was a split in the Brahma Samaj and Keshav left the Samaj and founded a new organization. Okay, thereafter, Debendranath's organization came to be known as Adi Brahma Samaj. Okay, when there was a split, Keshav Chandra Sen, he left that organization and then that organization was called as Adi Brahma Samaj. After Keshav's daughter's marriage, in her 14 years, he started to condemn child marriage. Okay? Because in those days, before they understand or they didn't even know they were getting married. Okay, so he also condemned that child marriage when after his daughter got married at the age of 14. Those who opposed child marriage left the Brahma Samaj and and started the Sadharan Samaj. Okay, what was that Sadharan Samaj? Which developed anti-Christian tendencies. Okay, Sadharan Samaj developed anti-Christian tendencies. Next, we are going to study about the reformer Aishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. His period was 1820 to 1891. He was also from Bengal. According to him, Hindu scriptures were progressive. He provided evidence from scriptures that there was no sanction for burning of widows, that is, like sati, okay, or for the prohibition on the remarriage of widows. Okay, no sanction of what is there? There was no evidence from scripture for what? In order to prohibit the widows to remarry or in order to burn the widows. He was the pioneer of modern Bengali prose. He also played an important role for educating the girls and the betterment of child widows of the Hindu society. With his effort, Widow Remarriage Reform Act was passed in 1856. Next, we are going to study about Pratana Samaj. It was a movement similar to Brahma Samaj. It was founded in Bombay. At present, it is called as Mumbai. In those days, it was known as Bombay. In 1867, by Dr. Atmaram Pandurang. Okay, Dr. Atmaram Pandurang founded this Pratana Samaj. In that Samaj, there were 2 prominent members. They were Asi Bandarkar and Justice M.G., that is Mahadev Govinda Ranade. They were devoting themselves for various causes. That is, they were devoting themselves to intercaste dining. What is intercaste dining? We used to say now that as Samabhojanam. Without any caste discrimination, all of them have to sit together and eat. All caste people have to sit together and eat. That is only intercaste dining. And also he supported intercaste marriage, okay, widow remarriage, and improvement of women and depressed class. Ranedy was the founder of the Widow Marriage Association. It was founded in the year 1861. Then the Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, it was founded in 1870. And the Deccan Education Society in the year 1884. All these were the different improvement he brought in the society, we can say. His book, what was his book? His book was called as Gulamgiri. It was condemning the inequalities of caste. So we have studied about a few reformers in this part. In the next part, we'll study about the other reformers. Thank you, students.